We'll see who grabs the lead first here at Daytona. Colleague Racing now 1 and 2.
Ross Chastain told us for the race, he's going to do whatever it takes. He's willing to wreck to try to win this race.
I feel like, in one sense, you know, I'm a long ways from home, but in another sense, pulling up here, it's like pulling up to our packing house. His family's been doing it, you know, 4 or 5 generations. That's incredible, and on this land, from what it sounds like. So just, you know, I'm sure he's got stories and knows this land like, you know, like nowhere else in the world, and this is definitely home to him. So, but just I want to learn about that. I've been told, Kevin, I'm not allowed to play darts with him because they'll probably take my money. So, it sounds like they're pretty competitive up here too. Mr. Kevin?
Hello, Ross. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. This will shape like this.
I guess that's good enough, ain't it? That's awesome to have you here. Welcome to Southern Indiana. We're honored to have you come in and I guess discuss farming and racing.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Well, I think I want to learn about you. I know that. I gotta be honest, man. Driving up, this isn't what I pictured for what you do and the kind of yields you put out. This is not what I envisioned. So how in the world?
We were up in, we call it the roughest part of the state, I guess. When most people think about Indiana, they think of flat ground, and as you can tell, yeah, we don't have much flat ground here. That's kind of why we maximize every acre that we can. So, Ross, I got to kind of show you something. This is probably one of the more proudest things I got on our farm. You know, it's kind of a rare tractor. It's an International 1468. My dad passed away in 1990. The only thing I got from him was, besides his ugly looks, I guess, I got this tractor there. This was actually the tractor I got started with. Bought me a 6-row International 900 planter and paid $500 for it and took off from there. I always said if we lose our farm, that's one thing that we're going to keep somehow, is to keep this tractor. It's got a lot of sentimental values to us.
Were you thinking farming was going to be your long-term job, your dream job?
Well, actually, I kind of knew it was. I mean, you know how a lot of sons do. They idolize what your dad did and this and that. Kind of like you. I mean, you know, they call you the watermelon man. It's in your blood. It's something that people can't describe, or right. You know, you're just born to do it. You're born to race and you're born to farm. You know, truthfully, I'm to the age now that, yeah, I still love farming. You know, I'll flat out tell you, I was kind of getting burned out. You know, commodity prices were pretty rough, you know, last couple of years. And
what else are you gonna do though? That's the thing, is what else?
Yeah.
If you weren't, I mean, you know,
I was
what else would we do?
Thinking maybe be a roadie for you, you know. No, I mean, you know, I don't know if I could do anything else. Right. You know, I've just been around it all the time. And my oldest daughter, you know, she's getting into farming. I mean, it just made me so happy to know that, you know, at least one of my kids I know do want to farm where we can pass it on. And, you know, I got to kind of brag about her. She's actually entering in the National Corn Growers Yield Contest. She's actually getting pretty cocky. She thinks she can whip me, so it'll be interesting. I have to admit, she's got good looking corn. Oh, here comes the boss, the real boss of the farm.
The real boss.
And my
You're
daughter.
talking about me, right?
Yeah. So this is Shawn.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And daughter Rylan.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Shawn, just like today, she was up at turkeys. I guess they're kind of her gig now. Most of the time.
And you're a yield winner?
Yeah.
Rylan, you know, she's in our farming area, and hopefully be taking over this operation here, and hopefully not yet beating us and Shawn in the contest. But
She's really stepped it up a lot this year. And the best part of it really is that she gets to help out a lot more now. She gets her driver's license next year, and she's actually my co-pilot in the tractor.
You know, we're competitive, like you guys. You know, I'll just flat out tell you, we got hooked on growing corn competitively on National Corn Growers, entered in a contest. But we learned so much about that, chasing these high yields, that we've been able to take a lot of that stuff that we learned from our high yielding corn and bring it over to our hills that are less productive. But we learned how to manage every acre different just by, I mean, we pull tissue samples. You know, that's kind of like the heartbeat of the corn plant, you know, it tells us everything that's going on in our corn. There's no guessing anymore. We use precision amount of fertilizer. We don't over-fertilize nitrogen, phosphorus, boron, all these nutrients. We know exactly where we want our levels to be on basically every field. We have hardly any runoff. And, you know, that's a big environmental issue. You know, we're maximizing every amount of every fertilizer that we put out there. And, you know, we just kind of decided to go ahead and make that leap where we're precision farming. I guess that's what you call it, precision farming. To be successful at anything and see what you think about it, but, you know, you got to have that drive. Mm-hmm. We have it in farming, you know, that help us be successful. And, you know, I'm sure that leads back to you with your racing. Mm-hmm. You know, I see this year you're what, 4th in points right now?
Yeah, we slipped a spot, but.
Well, that was mechanical failures, but wasn't driver error.
It was a little both, but yeah, man, like you said, it can't be a job, and the racing is not a job for me. Farming, you know, especially with what I'm doing now. I mean, this is definitely not a job. Getting to come, you know, for example, come out and see your place and see some of your equipment and, you know, learn about a piece of machinery that I've never even seen at a farm show or nothing. This is a Soil Warrior, what they call a strip till machine. I don't know if you got many of them down in your area. I don't know nothing about it. These are what they call row cleaners. These here you put down in the ground. They'll push the cover crop or the weeds or whatever out of the way. You know, we're on 30-inch rows on our corn and actually our soybeans, but so you'll have a 30-inch, kind of about a 2-inch mound across of worked up ground, and then the rest of it in between will be like a no-till conservation where you don't, you know, disturb the dirt. So it helps on environmental, you know, runoff issues or even washing. This white plastic tube that blows the fertilizer into them 2 black tubes there, and it actually, in that trench that's about 10 inches deep, about 10 inches wide, it mixes all the fertilizer right there so we can be efficient. You put it in, it'll actually raise your organic matter up a little bit in that area. This tractor's a Case 550, you know, and our bottom about 7 mile an hour, about all it can pull it. You know, that's a pretty good load on him. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to keep it or not. We're happy with where we were, but we wanted to try this machine out and see if we can get better. Yeah. I'm sure that's 100% the way, I'm guessing the way your racing series is. Same, we just had our team conference call earlier, and it's all about past weekend and what we did right, wrong, and what other people did better. And finish is everything. So even if you run good, not finishing good is ultimately, you know, could be your demise. Where your paycheck comes from. Yeah, oh yeah. So you guys are probably a little bit more competitive than what we are. Well, all I know is I was told not to play darts against you. Okay, I'm not falling for it. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't want to mess up your ball anyway. I'd probably miss the whole dartboard. Ross, I appreciate you coming down Southern Indiana, DuBois, Indiana, and spending the day with us. Yeah, man. It was learned a lot. Appreciate it. You know, once again, we thank you as farmers, and your fellow farmer, you are too, but help spread the joy and the true knowledge about farming that we do a good job. You know, maybe not quite as good as what you do on the racetrack, but, you know, we try. We're all trying to win something, aren't we? Exactly right.
Ross Chastain told us before the race, he's going to do whatever it takes. He's willing to wreck to try to win this race.
16 to the 10, still 1 and 2. Under 2 laps to go from Daytona. A chess match happening at 192 miles an hour. A.J. Allmendinger loving the fact that he's got his teammate right behind him. He can see him in his rearview mirror. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank.
Has a big run from the 11. Yes, big run coming.
Go up.
Oh!
Half axle bottom.
He had to block his teammate.
Inline.
Ross Chastain blocks now, looking to get by A.J. Allmendinger. For the win, they're going to turn him. The 10 turns the 16. Oh, wow, goes the 11. The 11 is out front now. Haley is leading.
Unbelievable. Daytona was one of the worst mistakes I've probably ever made in a race car.